This video will be about guerrilla marketing. What is guerrilla marketing? Is it legal? Can you do it? Is it gonna help you grow your business? Those are the answers, and in this video, I'm gonna give you the questions. No, just kidding. I'm actually gonna give you the answers. Okay, so my name is Nico, and I help entrepreneurs generate more sales using Facebook ads, YouTube ads, and automated marketing systems. But in this video, I'm gonna teach you how you can use something called guerrilla marketing to grow your business to the very next level. So I'm gonna take you inside my computer right now, and I have a very cool presentation for you. Actually, today I have slides. I wanna talk about something different in a different way. So let's see what's gonna happen. And the topic of the presentation would be 7 guerrilla marketing tactics and examples for entrepreneurs. I went online and I've seen many videos on guerrilla marketing, but I felt like those videos, they don't give the full picture on what is really guerrilla marketing and its essence. That's why I just wanted to create this video where I'm gonna give you the foundation. I'm gonna give you the fundamental principles of guerrilla marketing, and you'll be able to use those principles and create limitless campaigns and just countless amounts of examples for your business or your marketing team or whatever you wanna use them for. In this video, you're going to learn what is guerrilla marketing, why guerrilla marketing is a great way to grow your online business, how guerrilla marketing is different than traditional advertising, how to apply guerrilla tactics to market your products or services so you can stand out. I'm also gonna share 7 core principles of guerrilla marketing, and I'm gonna give you 7 real life examples of guerrilla marketing. So as you can see this on this slide, we have guerrilla marketing all over the place. And how I discovered guerrilla marketing, right? I'm gonna share a story. So this is a story time. I had my first corporate job. I was just fresh out of university, and it was time for me to get some money and just get serious with my life. That's why I decided to get a job at corporate, and my first job title or job description or whatever you want to call it was an accounts payable. Yes, I was an accounts payable. I was dealing with invoices and with payments and with finances. I didn't understand any of that crap, but I just needed the money. And this was actually the building I was going to every morning. And I just hated this job so much because it was like not a 9 to 5 job, but it was 10 to 7. So I spent like crazy hours in this building. I was in the cubicle doing work that made me super miserable. And on top of that, I really lived very far away from my job. So every morning I had to take the train. I had to ride on the metro for 50 minutes just to get to this job. And I hated this job so badly that I would do anything to quit this job and find something else, right? And so I got on those long train rides, and it was like super boring. The trains were crowded. There are like many people going to work, and one morning I realized that I'm just wasting my time in these metro trains, and I should start reading, you know. So instead of just me staring through the windows or looking at the people in the metro train, I decided to start reading books. And luckily, I bought a bunch of books from some of my travels to the USA, and I had this stack of books, the way you see it on the screen, right? And as you can see on the screen, I had books on meditation, marketing, health and fitness, all those crazy things. But you can see on the stack a book that's called Guerrilla Marketing, and that book completely changed my life. How I bought this book. In the previous summer, I went to a place in Massachusetts called Nantucket, and it is like one of the most expensive places that you could visit in the USA. only big shots go to Nantucket. And on Nantucket, there is this thrift store, you know? And whenever those millionaires rent apartments or houses or hotels, they forget or they leave their stuff in the places they've rented. So housekeeping would gather all their things, and they would sell those things to the thrift store. And whenever you find something in the thrift store, there was a high chance that some investor from New York hit it. And in the thrift store, there were like a bunch of books. And I went to the thrift store to buy like pants for work. I needed those khaki pants for work. And I saw all those books and I thought, if those smart people, if those millionaires are reading those books, probably I should start reading them as well. And I started going to the thrift store on a regular basis and I started buying books and I started reading those books. And yeah, those are actually the books that millionaires read, millionaires read. And the book that is this video about is Guerrilla Marketing. That was my very, very first marketing book I've read. And I very much like this book because it helps small businesses make money and generate profits. The book is written in a way that no matter what resources you have, you can still make money. And back then I was dirt broke and I very much like that idea because I thought if one day I have a business, probably that should be a book that I'll need to learn from. So all the principles that are showcased in this video are coming exactly from this book. So I want to give the book the credit that it deserves. Of course, some of the principles are like way too aggressive, but I'm gonna share 7 of them that you'll find that I personally find very, very valuable, So the first principle is that anybody can be successful with guerrilla marketing. And in order to apply guerrilla marketing, you don't need to be a huge corporation. You don't need to be a huge business. Guerrilla marketing is designed and custom tailored for small businesses with tiny budgets. So anything that's free or cost effective that will help you generate any customers could be called guerrilla marketing. And this is a very, very fundamental principle. We all know that those huge companies such as Apple, such as Microsoft, they have like millions on top of millions of dollars to spend on ads. They can buy ads on the TV, they can buy ads on the radio, but with guerrilla marketing, you don't need a huge advertising budget. For example, in this article says that Apple spent almost $65 million on paid search ads in 2020. So this is like crazy money. And as a small business owner, you think, oh, I need a big budget to be successful. But that's not the case. There are many companies that are bootstrapped, that started with $0, that used smart guerrilla marketing tactics, and they made it big time. And this brings me to the second principle of guerrilla marketing, or the second tactic of guerrilla marketing. If you don't have money, invest time and energy, right? And right now, probably when you start your business, you don't have any money. And probably you cannot go to the bank or investors and just ask for like $100 million in investing. And I get that. But the things you have that you could invest into your business, that's time and energy. For example, if you cannot advertise on like all those expensive platforms such as TV, radio, you can create social media accounts. You can start Twitter, you can start a YouTube channel, and you can start creating content, right? And that way people will find your brand. They'll just find you on some of those platforms and you start generating some business. So you can start publishing on any social media platform for free. You can think of activities that will help you reach new customers or position your product or brand in front of people who might buy. And you can create strategies that will be completely free. So you don't need money. If you have time and energy, that's enough. And for example, when I Googled guerrilla marketing, I saw similar examples like the one you see on the screen, right? It's a bottle of hot sauce, and there is like a hole on the banner. And basically, this is an advertisement of a hot sauce. And I think it's like pretty smart. I think it showcases the benefits of the product. It says, oh, this is like a super, super hot sauce, but I'm not sure if all the people will get the idea of this campaign. And I'm not sure if this is cost effective for every business. Because, for example, to create that banner and just to like create it in a way that it has like those burnt areas, I think it could be quite expensive. So not a lot of business owners will be able to create a similar campaign, right? Because it's gonna cost maybe like 10,000, 20,000, I don't know. It's gonna be quite expensive. But you can create a similar image and you can create it pretty much for free. You can go on Fiverr. You can just pay somebody to create something that's similar or something that is smart and just kind of like showcases your idea. It showcases your brand, and you can publish it all over social media for free, right? So you don't need money to reach people nowadays, because the social media made it very, very easy to reach people, right? If you think about back in the days, in order to advertise your product, you need to call people on TV, and you need to like just spend crazy amounts of money to get your ad on TV, or you need to go out there on the street and give away flyers. But today you don't need to do that. You have the social media. All those platforms are free. You can start podcasting. You can start YouTube videos. You can do whatever you want. But most of those ways to reach new customers are free. And this is kind of like a part of the cost effectiveness of guerrilla marketing. The next thing I just want to stress, guerrilla marketing main KPI is profits, right? And if you go on the Facebook groups, you're going to see a bunch of people bragging about their revenue. They're going to be like, oh, this month we made 1 million. This month we made 200K. This month we made 100K. But what's the profit? But because if you're a small business owner, you need to pay the bills. You need to make the payroll work. You need to pay rent. You have like a bunch of expenses. So after you pay your expenses, what's the profit? What do you get home, right? And you'll be surprised that many of the companies that you know are unprofitable. There are a bunch of unprofitable companies. So before copying anybody or before copying some strategy or some tactic, make sure that those strategies are used by companies that are profitable. And in my opinion, that should be your main focus as a small business owner. As a guerrilla marketeer, you should focus on profit. What's the profit? How much money do you take home, right? Because if you work 100 hours per week and your profit is like $1,000 per month, you're gonna be much better to get a job, right? So it's not about how much money you make, it's how much money you keep. And here I have these statistics of companies that are unprofitable. You can see the first company on the list, that's Airbnb. And they lost $1 billion. Another popular company that I see on the list that is also unprofitable, this is DoorDash. Those huge companies are unprofitable, and there are a bunch of people on the internet who are just publishing screenshots all over the place, and they're not making any money at the very end. So make sure you create your marketing in a way that your company is profitable. And here I just want to talk about another big myth in online business or just in business in general. Whenever companies start seeing some success, they start diversifying. They start adding new products, they start adding new services, they start doing other things that didn't make them successful at the first place, right? And there is this belief that in order to be successful, you need to do many, many things. But as a small business owner, because this video is aimed at small business owners, as a small business owner, I suggest you focus on what works and do more of what works. If you have one product, don't add another product until you're super, super successful with your very first products. And there are many companies that are successful that are just selling one product. And the example I can give you here, this is Crocs. They sell like sandals or like flip-flops. I'm not sure how are those called, but a lot of marketers and entrepreneurs will be like, "Oh, you have a huge customer database. You have so many buyers. Why don't start selling ebooks? Why don't start selling clothing?" But Crocs know that if they start selling some other products, they're not very good at it. They're good at selling sandals, and people know Crocs for their great sandals. So they're focusing on one product, but they're pretty much the best in the niche when it comes to like sandals and flip-flops. So if they go to another product, they're basically entering another niche. They don't know anything about the niche. They don't know anything about the market. And they have many other competitors that are super well versed in the niche. So if Crocs go into another product line, they're going into another business and they're just gonna lose focus. People will be just confused. What is Crocs? Is it all about the sandals? Is it all about the clothing? Are they good at sandals? Are they good at clothing? So they might lose a customer base, right? And whenever Steve Jobs took on Apple back in the days, they had a huge product line, right? But Steve Jobs cut like a huge chunk of the product line, and he decided to focus only on the products that work, on the products that are already selling and the products that are already successful. So do more of what works to grow. If you have one product, make sure you grow it limitlessly before going into another product. This is my suggestion. If you cannot make one product work, probably you won't be able to make another product work. So don't diversify, do more of what works to grow your business. And here, this is another myth, another misconception that guerrilla marketing kind of like beats. When you're in business, you meet many people who are doing similar things to what you're doing, and you perceive those people as a competitors. So those people are bad people because they're stealing your market, they're stealing your clients, they're making money off your back, they're copying maybe some of your social media posts, some of your strategies, I don't know. But at the end of the day, if you could see it as a collaboration, not a competition, you can win big time. And I'm gonna give you this example. This is an online course platform called EDX. And EDX is created by Harvard University and MIT. It's a non-profit organization where people can go and just take online courses from universities such as Harvard, Berkeley, Boston University, and so on. If the first thing that comes came to my mind. I'm like, they're creating this together, aren't they competitors? But this partnership obviously work very well for them because EDX is one of the leading provider of free online courses, and it's a great platform. People can go on the platform and they can take an online course for free. So this is the question I'm gonna ask you. What are the partnerships that you can create with some of your competitors? How can you help your competitors first, so they have a leverage to help you? This is how I would start the relationship. I would offer value first, and if those people agree to work with me, I would just ask them a favor. And I think this is like a very powerful strategy because in online business, in the new, I don't know, virus world or whatever, where everybody is working from home, you can just be on somebody else's podcast. You can do a blog post. You can come with like many different partnerships with your competitors. Because if you think about it, there could be a very valuable exchange. For example, your competitors have a lot of data on the product. They have a lot of data on the market. Probably they've tested different products. So even if you don't do like a joint venture, if you just like reach out to them and have a conversation, you can learn a lot about business. The next thing on the list, the sixth tactic, this is you marketing. And what I mean by you marketing, whenever I browse the internet and whenever I visit like websites, there is like a bunch of companies that are just talking about them, right? You know, but whenever you market your business, people don't care about your company. People only care about what you can do for them. Your marketing messaging should be structured around that principle. It shouldn't be about you. And here I'm just gonna give you this example. Imagine going out with a friend and you just talk only about yourself. You just talk only about yourself and you don't ask any questions. You don't ask how were their day, or you're just focused on yourself. Probably your friend will be like, this guy is super arrogant. This guy doesn't listen to me. He's just like super self-centric and I don't want to spend any time with him. And this is very likely to happen. And this is common sense, but common sense is not common practice. And this is how actually many people market their companies. So I suggest you shift your marketing that focuses on your future customers and focuses only on what you can do for people. The next thing I have on the list is number 6, advertising works. And advertising is not as expensive as you think. Advertising used to be super expensive when there wasn't social media, but right now you can run Facebook ads, YouTube ads, Google ads, Reddit ads, Pinterest ads, etc., for very cheap. For example, if you have only $100 to advertise per month, you can still reach a decent amount of people. So I suggest you take a look into some of those advertising opportunities, right? And maybe take a look into Google ads, take a look into Facebook ads, and just start with a small budget. Because what you can do with those platforms, you can reach more and more people. You can get more and more customers if you manage to leverage those platforms. I run a digital marketing agency and I've been running Facebook ads and Google ads for the last 5 or 6 years, and I've had great success with those platforms. One of the companies I worked for, they were making around 30K per month, but thanks to like Facebook ads, YouTube ads, we managed to scale the company to 300K per month in 4 short months. So if you manage to leverage those platforms, you have an unfair advantage. And this brings me to principle number 7. Marketing is always intentional, right? The end goal or the end intention should be to get the sale, you know. Some companies will have a longer sales process, some companies will have a shorter sale process, but if you want to be successful in business, you should be able to get the sale at the very end. And advertising tycoon David Ogilvy said it best: if it doesn't sell, it isn't creative, right? When I was doing the research for this video, there were like many articles about how you should be creative with your guerrilla marketing and how you should think outside of the box. And I get this. It's super cool to create like a catchy image or like a super catchy headline or a social media video that goes viral. But as a small business owner, in order to stay in business, you need to be able to sell. You need to be able to generate sale. You need to be able to generate profit. And that's how you're gonna stay in business. So I'm not buying into all this creativeness stuff that people write about, because I truly believe that marketing should be all about selling. So make sure whenever you craft your marketing strategy, make sure you just map out how each post you do on social media, how each marketing activity you engage with is directly related to generating a sale. If you have a longer sales process, not every single post should be intentional, but that's the golden rule at the very end. I know that sales is a dirty word. I know that sales is difficult. I know that salesmen are perceived as sleazy, but that's the reality, guys. Let's face it. Marketing is all about sales. You're in business to generate money. That's the end goal. And yeah, this was my presentation on 7 tactics and examples to deploy guerrilla marketing into your business. Let me get back to the front camera. And yeah, right now you're able to see me. If you have any questions on guerrilla marketing, let me know in the comments. If you think that video will be valuable, please make sure you share it with a friend of yours. I'm new on YouTube. If you need help growing your business, check the links in the description. And yeah, my name is Nico, and I'm gonna talk to you soon. Thank you for watching, by the way.